Now I'm doing a revision for Culture and Society. The name of this book by Williams is Culture and Society, but also there is also one other book by F.R. Lewis, and its name is Culture and Environment. So these two books are very similar. Do not get confused among them. Also, there is another book by Matthew Arnold. Its name is Culture and Anarchy. It came out in 1869. So we have this like Culture and Society 1780 published in 1958, where William cited 5 words in which the last 100 years were ratified. Due and important meanings: industry, democracy, class, art and culture. During this period, art and industry came to denote position rather than merely qualities. Class acquired political significance and democracy lost its negative connotations. The word culture, the most complex answer to the changes in it. Previously, it had meant something like nurturing or training. Its meaning expanded to not first a general state of mind associated with the idea of perfection in general. True. As a whole, and find the whole way of life, material, intellectual, and spiritual. Industry, democracy, class, art, and it discusses how all these terms have come to signify have had different meanings throughout time. Culture used to mean something else, then now it means something else. How all these five terms. This book came out in 1958. Okay, industry, democracy, class, art, and culture. The idea of perfection in the general. I don't know. It is another cultural studies that another thinker in this field is Stuart Hall, along with Raymond Williams and Richard Hawkins, who developed one of the pioneers of culture studies in England. Hall entered Britain and, like many modern fields, occupied a position on the margins of the culture. Now, to understand, he was a leading figure of the New Left movement, and you have to understand what the New Left movement was. It was different from the old left, like class struggle, labor rights, and economic inequality. The New Left expanded the scope to include civil rights, anti-war, anti-war activism, women's liberation, LGBTQ plus rights, decolonization, and so rights. So what is this class struggle? Class struggle is basically that there is a dominant class and there is a what to call that? No, not the inferior. Civil rights, anti-war activism, women's liberation, LGBT, and youth insurance driven. It was powered largely by young people and students, especially on university campuses. students for a democratic society. It was against authoritarianism, against the capitalism of American communism. It was a broad political movement that emerged primarily in the 1960s and 1970s. Because when we have, did have the so like how civil rights, anti-war activism, women's liberation, LGBTQ plus rights, decolonization, and anti-imperialism. What is subculture? The meaning of style. I will write this down for now. So we had old left, which basically talked about class struggle. There is a dominant class, there is a lower class.